Today on the channel, we're completing one of the most beloved sub-teams in Transformers. We've got our fifth and final Dinobot Swoop from Transformers the movie, on Way I Got It Figured.
The way I got it figured.
What's up, figure fans? Well, I got it figured, back with another Transformers review. This time we're looking at Studio Series 86, Swoop, the final Dinobot and the team of Dinobots. And he's been long awaited. And he's been so long awaited that I couldn't even wait to get him out of the box to do the review. So it's not really going to be an unboxing because I've already opened them. But he's a thing of beauty, and we're going to get into it. So as we know, Swoop is one of the Dinobots, and they've always been fan favorites in the Transformers fandom. Swoop being, one of the Dinobots. He is, as you can see, very, very accurate to the source material. And, besides that, it's really just finishing a 2.5 year kind of wait for all the 3 years rather, wait for the Dinobots to get all of them. Because they only released one per year, so we had to wait. But the wait is over, and we're going to get into it. So of course we'll start with the packaging. You got your usual Studio Series 86 packaging, your backdrop, which the figure is attached to, but there's another separate backdrop inside the box. Transformers the movie. Of course, we now have open packaging again, so you can touch the figure in there. There's no window, but you have that. Nice leader class Swoop artwork, Marcelo Mater. Transforms in 21 steps. And you got Swoop there in dinosaur mode, swooping in. No pun intended. And there you go. There's your box. Just look at the box back for a little bit. So of course he comes with two swords, Grimlock's sword and his own sword from the toy. So even though we're talking about a line that's mainly dedicated to creating screen accuracy from Transformers the movie, they will give us nods to the toys. Swoop never had a sword on the cartoon, but people who love Dinobots love their swords. It's a chance to make them toy accurate as well as kind of screen accurate, so they gave us the swords. And we'll have another video where we'll see even more swords coming up very soon. So you got Swoop in his little backdrop there in dinosaur mode. It's pretty cool. But I'm not going to keep wasting time with the box. Let's get into Swoop. Alright, so we've got Swoop. No box, just him. Look at him as quickly as possible. So he is very accurate to the animation model, while still retaining the features of a toy, an action figure. And he really does look great. He's definitely worth the wait. And the character of Swoop is, of all the Dinobots, he's the most good-natured one. Even though he transforms into a Pteranodon with a terrifying form, his personality sort of belies the form that he turns into. And I always like that about Swoop. Of course, you have his missile launchers, which I have on his wings, but you can also attach them as a gun. shoots a missile, and you have the tip of the missile that comes off. You can, of course, put a blast effect on it, put the missile on there, just sort of show that it's blasting. And then for articulation, he is very articulated. You know, you can put him in a T-pose. He has a waist swivel, only impeded by the beak. It really would go 360 if the beak wasn't there. Pretty high kick, pretty deep knee, ankle rocker, bicep cut, and wrist articulation as well. His wrists are really tight, so that's why his arm's moving. I like how they segmented the wings. So looking at it from the back, they absolutely went all out to reduce the amount of hollowness on him. He doesn't really have a lot of kibble if you're into that sort of thing. And he looks great. So I don't want to waste too much time. Let's get him into dinosaur mode. I'll be right back. All right, so we've got Swoop in dinosaur mode, and we've got him hooked up to a Hasbro pulse stand. Works out pretty well. You do have to work with it a little bit, but you can do it. Here he is on a flight stand, being supported only by flight stand. So, you know, like I said, it's not necessarily the lay down. You have to do a little bit of work, but he works on there, and he looks great in Pteranodon mode. So, you know, take a look at him. He looks pretty on point. Johnson to stand too much, but to give you, that perspective, you see the stand is sort of buckling under the weight of Swoop. He has an impressive wingspan, and he's pretty good like that. So, just a tenuous connection to the Hasbro pulse stand. Like I said, just got to work with it a little bit. But it looks great. This is absolutely marvelous. You can stick a blast effect in there. Let's see if I can find one. Probably should have did this from the beginning. There's a port in there for him to utilize a blast effect. So there you go. And he's great. It goes right along with the rest of the Dinobots, of course. Transformation is easy. It's not difficult at all. It's actually almost exactly like the G1 figure, except you got a little bit more intensity with the wings. But he's all of it. Long awaited and not a disappointment in any way. So we're gonna get him back in robot mode and do some comparisons. for comparisons, we've got the other Dinobots here. And they fill the frame, so it's hard to do them all in one shot. We're gonna go sort of in order. So you've got Slag or Slug, whatever you choose to call them. Sludge, the first Dinobot that I reviewed on the channel, one of my first reviews. Last year's Dinobot release, Snarl, who's also gotten a review on the channel. And last but certainly not least, the fearsome Dinobot leader, Grimlock. And Grimlock, of course, is rocking his sword that comes with Swoop. Can't do a comparison video without the current standard bearer for scale, Earthrise Optimus Prime. Look for that to change here in a bit. Well, I have no problem with this size. He's going to be a little bit bigger coming in. We've already gotten a figure that's basically the size that was going to be. Here's the reactivate Optimus Prime. And just to see Swoop tower over a couple of guys. You've got Bumblebee. Hot Rod. So he's still a big beefy bot, still bigger than Optimus Prime, and it still will be even with the Studio Series 86 release coming up. But he looks good by himself, looks good with the Dinobots, looks good with other Transformers figures, and that's really all you need. So what I'm going to do now is move on to final thoughts. Final thoughts on Transformers Studio Series 86 Dinobot Swoop. Yeah, he's going to be a 10 for me. It's a long-awaited Dinobot. All the Dinobots were long-awaited. Seemed like we were never going to get here. We're here, and they definitely didn't let us down. So now you've got your final 5 Dinobots, all big, beefy robots, terrorize the Decepticons, and maybe the Autobots here and there. And it's like a grail being completed. So it's definitely a 10 for me. So that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks everybody for tuning in to the videos. Certainly got more Transformers coming. In fact, more Dinobots coming. So there's that. And there will of course be a stop motion at the end. I didn't do a 360 on this one because I was sort of pressed for time. But hopefully what I did will make up for that a little bit. But I'm going to leave it there. Leave a comment. How do you feel about Swoop? You like this figure? Did you pick him up? Did you pass? Let me know in the comments. Till next time, everybody stay safe. See you on the next video. Peace.
The way I got it figured.